Good morning, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to keep talking about how to price your art and defend the price. Yesterday we talked about how other industries price their products or services, that is cost of goods sold plus their margin, that is their retail price. Galleries are doing that, fashion companies, pharmaceutical companies, everybody's doing that, but this is not really suitable for artists because their cost of goods sold is significantly lower and their margin is significantly higher across all sectors, industries. So this is not really the best way to approach it. And today I want to talk about how other luxury brands are pricing and defending their luxury products. I think it's very relevant to artists, and also the fact when you are a commercial artist and you're pushing your products to the market, you are becoming a luxury product producer, even like it or not. Even you say, okay, I have a different cause, I have a different kind of not-for-profit motivation in this, but like it or not, you are making yourself a brand and you're producing luxury products. So I learned in a luxury product management class when I was studying my MBA, my luxury product professor used to say, you can price it however you want as long as you can defend your price. And I think this sentence kind of made a dent in my head, and I always go back and think this, as long as you can defend your price. And how to defend your price, I think for everyone is different because you're having a different region, different experience and different brand, and you have significantly different products in the market. So you really have to find out how you will defend your price, and you must be able to justify and defend your price. Today I want to give you a few different ideas of how probably you can defend your price, so that perhaps some ideas can give you inspiration and help you find out how you will do it. The first way is very easy, is to increase the cost of goods sold, or let's say increase and use high quality premium materials. For example, instead of normal paint, you use gold papers, you use diamond on your painting or sculpture. It's just some stupid examples. You really don't have to follow this advice. It's just the idea of the fact that you give impression that the cost of your product is very expensive, so of course your margin is there and then the final price is expensive. So that makes sense. This works for Louis Vuitton bags, this works for Ferrari cars, it works for everything. The second way to justify your price is like pharmaceutical companies, to use research and development. Imagine you're making a piece of painting. Instead of paint with a normal paint or gold or diamond, you are using a special yourself invented material, for example a paint that is blacker than black. I don't know how to call that, but I've seen it online. It's quite amazing how this black is invented. Imagine you invent something like this, or you invent whiter than white. I'm just being stupid. So you just can invent something. Okay, this is what I have done with my research. Nobody else have it. So if you want this, you have to get it from me. And of course, if they really dig your specific format, material, medium, whatever, they will buy into it, and you have the sole rights of having this kind of material, format, or machine, or whatever. It's your research and development. You can definitely justify your price with that. The third way to justify your price is through consistency in quality and supply. Do you have a favorite restaurant or fruit store or supermarket that you like it so much because you know every time you walk inside you will get what you want? Every time you walk inside of this fruit store, there's a fresh vegetables, fruits, and something you like, and they always have it. You will always be happy with the taste of it, the freshness, and maybe they're not the cheapest, but you just love it because they're consistent. This also works for artists, but it doesn't work so much if you are having, let's say, the first time purchasers, or let's say if you sell it randomly in a market that you've never been and nobody knows you. In this case, it's weaker. But if you work with art gallery, this is the crucial determinant. If they will work with you, if they are willing to pay you, let's say, higher percentage, a good price, no matter if it's consigned work or if they purchase directly from you, if they know you always have this consistent consistency in your supply, in your quality, and you are very easy to work with, I'm sure they will rather work with you and they would rather give up the percentage usually they charge. Instead of 50-50, they would rather pay you 70, they take 30 if they know you are consistent. This is one of the most important thing for an art gallery. So if you work with galleries, make sure you can defend your price using consistency. The number 4 way to defend your price is Starbucks, is to use customer experience. My accounting professor always said, be the Starbucks of blah, blah, blah. In this case, is be the Starbucks of art. What I mean is that Starbucks could charge a price premium based on the experience they give to their customers, to their users, and you can do the same. Just make sure that you give them amazing customer experience. I don't really know how. Perhaps you interact with them on social media to make them feel you're super friendly and close to them. Maybe you organize some open studio events so that your collectors can come to your studio and see how it's produced, entertain them, and make this bond, whatever works for you. I'm not very sure, in your case, but just in general, give them excellent customer experience so you can charge your price premium. The last way to defend your price is to learn, like any other luxury brands, is to use brand identity, brand story, and brand value. Like luxury products, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Coach, and there's so many brands. I'm sure that personally you are a fan of a certain kind of luxury products. Make sure that you have a clear brand identity, make amazing brand story, just tell a story that makes sure that distinguish yourself from other artists who are painting, let's say, in the same niche. For example, perhaps you are painting Mountain Everest. Instead of just say, oh, I paint Mountain Everest, I just watch documentaries, Discovery Channel, and I paint Mountain Everest. No, if you say, okay, I have been there, this is my story of how I came to Mountain Everest and myself, and this is what I've experienced. I risked my life, I've seen the most beautiful part of the world, now I come back and paint it. Yes. I know many artists who have faced a very difficult condition in health and perhaps a terminal illness, and they have overcome this and they persisted and they paint their life and how they feel, and this experience will make them very different from any other artists. And I know perhaps some collectors feel this and they have experienced the same, so that they can, let's say, agree with your brand and with the value that you carry. And this is definitely something unique. But if you say, hey, I'm just a teenager, or I'm just in my early 20s, I had never been to Mountain Everest, I don't have a terminal disease, lucky you. I mean, it's fortunate enough, right? But you can always add some value to your branding. For example, you say, I paint animals. For every painting I sold, I donate to Greenpeace, I donate to Sea Shepherd, I donate to my local animal shelter, so that you can bring and add some value, so that you can attract people with similar value to agree with your brand, and you can justify a little bit of price premium, and you say, hey, I have a good cause, I donate my earning to this animal shelter, of course I have to charge more, right? I have to eat myself, I have to feed my dog, and I have to donate to this animal shelter. So just make sure that you are adding something to your ordinary story to make it a very amazing, unforgettable brand story, so that you can justify your premium price. Now you have heard my 5 tips on how to justify and defend your price. And for every artist is different. Really, you have to dig into your own art and your own self for your own story, and you can create your brand and make it consistent. So if you have some other ideas, make sure you leave me a comment below so we can talk about it. That's all what I want to say today. Thank you very much for watching. See you tomorrow.